Barbarian. This is so much fun. I have seen it twice now. It is that good, and I can't wait to watch it again. I may not see it again in theaters. Maybe I will. But the point is I'm going to watch it again once it's streaming, or if I should buy it, or whatever the case is. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I'm a little late with this review, but better late than never. I'm going to keep this explanation as brief as possible, only because I really don't want to spoil anything. This may be a movie that for you may not be the most original, but at the same time, it does have this fresh perspective. It has a very fresh take on things. It's one of the more entertaining horror movies of recent years, in my personal opinion. And what I love about this, too, is that this film is written and directed by Cregger, who, if you don't know that name just by his name, you may remember a show called like The Whitest Kids You Know, and he dabbles mostly in comedy. So watching him kind of take this turn and put out this horror movie, which has some comedic elements to it, but it is terrifying, for the most part, was great. And it reminds me of like Jordan Peele, another comedian who we know for just being really silly and really funny, kind of come out of nowhere with all these really insanely good horror movies. Again, there are, splashes of comedy in each of their works, but at like the forefront, it is scary. Like, it is genuinely terrifying for the most part. And I love that. I love that we're getting these comedians who are kind of just, turning their products around, leaving comedy there for a moment, still incorporating comedy, but focusing on something else entirely. And Barbarian is a fun time, let me tell you. Georgina Campbell, who is kind of the lead of this movie, she's the main actress in it. Just in short, because I don't need to give you too much specifics, or too many specifics, but she rents an Airbnb, ends up colliding with someone else who had rented it at the same time, played by Bill Skarsgard. We see the movie kind of from their perspective, and things only just get worse from there. And I'm not even going to tell you, like, obviously what, because I don't want to get into spoiler territory. But Justin Long also plays in this movie, and just kind of all the connecting dots throughout, just like all these storylines and how they come together, are fascinating to me anyway. I thought they were. Again, we've kind of seen it before, but the point is that they're done so well. Everything is, like, it's seamless, in my opinion. Everything is told with wonderful direction, wonderful writing. The acting is great. You're never bored. From the moment the movie gets going, you're just entertained. You're constantly wanting to know more about what's going to happen. And once the shit hits the fan, you're just on that ride until the very end. And in my personal opinion, I think you will have so much fun watching Barbarian. It's scary, it's got some comedy, but more importantly, it is so well directed, and just like, it's so refreshing. It's like a roller coaster ride. Like, you get on it and maybe you've been on the ride before, but it's just so fun to throw your hands up and scream. This movie is a good time. So check out Barbarian if you haven't. I definitely recommend. I want more movies like this where we can have, again, something that maybe we've seen in some familiar ways, but for the most part, it's a fresh perspective and a fresh take, and something worthwhile, personally speaking. Barbarian, check it out.